Hey, Justin, when you think of a scary movie, what comes to mind?
Oh, demonic possessions and people in mirrors.
So that's what scares you?
That's what scares me the most.
I hear you about that. Yeah.
Ricky, this is going to be my 10 movies that I will have a hard time watching ever again.
Yeah, and I have really nothing to do with the... What do you
I just feel sketchy. Yeah, because I don't like talking about these movies. I know when I get to number 1, I just don't like saying the name.
And you could look at this and be like, he's exaggerating for the camera, but I assure you he's not. He's a little bitch when it comes to horror movies.
Okay, we'll get to you.
Is that a little too far?
No, it's fine. I'm a bitch. Sure.
Hey, there's one movie that scares me. You've got a list of 10 here. Let's get right into it. I don't want to waste your time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we shouldn't. Let's get to the fucking list, Ricky.
Number 10, The Last Exorcism. I haven't seen this movie, so I'm going to take your word for it.
Ricky's not the most religious type, and I'm more questionable. Like, there might be, there might not be. Who gives a shit? But demonic possession still is fucking scary, and this one's shot like a found footage movie, Ricky. So you got this freaking character that's in a religious freaking home, and this reporter's going out to investigate, be like, hey, these people say she's possessed, and they're like, is she possessed or is she crazy? Just like all your other demonic possession movies. Well, Ricky, there's a scene where everything seems fine, and then he goes back to his hotel room, and this fucking crazy psycho bitch follows him home, and she's just outside his fucking door, just staring through the window, and it sends chills down my spine. Again, if I have to sleep at home at night, there's no way I'll watch this movie. If I watch it with somebody the night before, I won't be able to sleep for days.
You mean that?
Yeah, absolutely. Don't like demonic possession. And the way she could torture her body where she goes all the way back.
Yeah, I've seen that in quite a few Exorcism movies. It's like a staple in those movies.
Oh, God. Oh, my God, dude, stop, bitch. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That type of shit I don't like.
It's creepy.
Yeah. Number 9, Ricky, is going to be your favorite, The Grudge.
I would have put this movie at number 1. I'll be honest with you. There's not a lot of horror movies that scare me as an adult. The Grudge is the one movie, maybe Ju-on, which is the Japanese equivalent to The Grudge.
There's been 2 American remakes.
Any of those movies, it creeps me out, man. I don't understand why. It's the girl. It's the little boy. I would kick that boy right in the face. Probably put him in a headlock, maybe like a crippler crossface. I don't know yet. I haven't been in that situation. But as soon as that girl walked in...
The woman, you mean?
Woman, girl.
That's going downstairs.
Yeah.
We should turn off the lights right now. And she does that shit?
Wait, can you do the noise? The noise is what gets me. Yeah, it's so unsettling. That's enough.
Fuck you. My number 8 is going to be Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Wait, I was going to do number 8. You just did 9.
What the fuck? Okay, yeah, you're right.
Number 8, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. I do agree this movie should be on this list. Again, as an adult, doesn't scare me anymore, but I see why a pussy would be scared.
Yeah, probably. Okay, you might be right. So, Nightmare on Elm Street series, I think, is one of our favorites horror franchises. This one is the scariest, even though it kind of plays into like the whole, it kind of precurses Scream, where it's meta, self-aware that's a horror movie. But Freddy Krueger in this movie, I think, is the scariest interpretation of Freddy.
He's just mean. There's no jokes in it. He's mean.
He's just mean. Yeah, there's no jokes. It's more like the first one. His look, I like the trench coat, the black hat. He's more demonic Freddy. And then when you get a first good glimpse at him where Nancy goes into the closet and he just pokes out. He's like,
miss me.
Oh, dude, from that point on, and then the kill in the hospital scene where he's just lurking behind that chick with his freaking knives and goes straight through her. I haven't watched this movie in a long time. Maybe if I watch it, it might not be as scary, but this Freddy does give me nightmares.
And that's the point. So he did his job.
Yeah, absolutely.
New Nightmare definitely belongs on this list of very fucking scary movies.
We might be on an island with this, though. I'm happy that you also find it kind of scary.
Hey, listen. Besides number 1, and maybe it's a toss-up, it's one of the more scary Nightmare on Elm Street movies.
Number 7, Ricky, is going to be The Exorcist.
Yeah.
You've seen The Exorcist?
Yeah, I have, yeah.
So it's loosely based on a boy that back in the 1940s, 50s, I think, who said he was possessed by a demon. And that in St. Louis, Ricky. We're near St. Louis. We're not going to tell them where, but we're near St. Louis, Ricky. The Exorcist, you can't have a scariest movies of all time list without The Exorcist on there. It still holds up to this day.
So that's why you put it on here?
No. I can't watch that fucking movie all by myself. There's no way. Especially like when the priest first shows up to the house and you look up into the window and they got the shades on, so you just see a shadowy figure. The little girl, 14 years old, I think, at the time. And the little girl was 14 at the time too, Ricky.
Definitely some unsettling scenes in that movie, and some downright creepy scenes. The scene where she crawls down the stairs.
Spider walks.
And
that was not in the original version either.
And this is a movie that came out in the
1973.
73? Yeah,
1973. Still holds up to this day. And it's not just a great horror movie, it's a great movie, freaking period.
And number 6 on Justin's list, he's got The Strangers down. Now, I have seen this movie when it first came out a long time ago. The only thing I remember about this movie is people in a house, people outside of a house trying to get into the house to probably do some harm to the people inside the house. Kind of a confusing concept, really, when you break it down the way I did, but
It's not a confusing subject at all, Ricky. It's a home invasion movie. And home invasion movies can be very scary because they're very realistic. It happens all the fucking time. So this home invasion movie, I think, does it the best, where their look is freaking terrifying. You got the girl with the mask, you got the dude with the bag head and shit, and you got this newly wedded couple, or no, they're at their friend's wedding, and they're at a crisis in their relationship where they're probably gonna break up, and then they just go to the wrong fucking house, and these fucking strangers come up and knock on the door. And then you find out at the end of the movie, Ricky, that fucking, they ask them, why are you doing this to us? And they're like,
because you were home.
Like, that's fucking gets underneath my skin, dude. Yeah. They didn't give a shit who you were. They're just like, because you're home. They just want to fucking kill people. Fucking terrifying movie. The sequel sucked. My number 5, Ricky, is going to be The Blair Witch Project. Now, Ricky, you're my age, right? You're a couple years older, a year older, whatever. Okay, so when this movie came out, just the whole thought, what they put in your head about this movie is that they said it was real. And at this time, I think there was one found footage movie back in the 70s, right? And the way that they advertised this movie, MTV even freaking made a documentary going to the history of the Blair Witch and shit, making it like this real thing. And then they all told us, like, this is a real footage to what happened to these people in these woods. And I remember being 13 years old, 12 years old, watching the previews and just, dude, not being able to sleep for a couple days. And I've seen it. It's effective, but it's a movie I can't watch again because knowing that it's not real anymore, it doesn't have the same effect. But still, that last shot where they go down to Blair Witch's basement and shit, and he's just staring at the corner of the wall. Dude, I remember watching it at the time. That shit is another one. It's one of the scariest scenes of all time. This was effective marketing. Probably the best marketing for any movie I've ever seen in my entire life. Because if you're a kid at 13, 14 years old, even older people were like, I'm not gonna go watch that shit, even though it made a shit ton of money at the box office because of how good they were at marketing the movie.
Yeah. Number 4, you ready? Justin has written down Pet Sematary. Now, hey, I don't agree with it being number 4 on your list, to be honest with you, because I don't think it's that scary at all. Because this is a list of movies so fucking terrifying that we don't want to watch them again, or he doesn't.
It's a subjective list. This is not an objective list at all. If it was objective, I would put The Exorcist at number 1, because that's a movie that still holds up. But regardless, let's get off track. Look, 80% of this movie is not scary to me. I fucking love it. But the scenes with Rachel, the wife's sister, and the flashbacks, she's all deformed and shit, and she's just like, Rachel, and she just runs up to the fucking peek hole in the fucking door, dude. Oh my god. If this bitch ever crosses my mind when I'm laying in bed at night, I call Ricky. I'm like, hey buddy, can you please come over and stay the night? Because I cannot get through this night because Rachel's gonna get me.
I will say that he's not lying. I would never show up, of course, if he did call me, but he has called me before and said that he's watched it. I had to talk to you on the phone for a little bit.
Yeah.
And keep his mind active, because you get scared by movies as a grown-ass adult.
Yeah.
10 of them.
And I'll tell you what, the remake, fuck you, because Rachel wasn't scary at all in that fucking remake. But, oh shit, that original one, man, it still gets my titties in a twist.
I will agree with you now after you said all that. Very creepy in that movie.
Yeah, I could watch that whole movie, but once the Rachel scenes happen, fuck no, I'm out, bro.
I'll give you that.
Close my eyes.
I'll give it to you.
I'm like,
I'll give it to you. I said I'll give it to you, okay? Move on.
Number 3, Ricky, for me, is 2002's the remake of Ringu, The Ring. I remember seeing this in the movie theater, and the way they market this movie, we were all excited to see it. It's a slow burn, right? It's got creepy atmosphere, especially the videotapes, the woman brushing her hair in the mirror. It's all freaking very unnerving. And then you get to the last 10 minutes of this fucking movie, Ricky. And I remember being in the movie theater, me and my other, 16 years old at the time, 20 other people around us. And when she starts getting out that well, creeping out that well, and then walking towards the TV screen. At this point, everybody in the theater is like I'm serious, you felt like a force just like pushing you back. I'm not being we call it?
Pussy.
Yeah. No, I'm not exaggerating, I'm trying to say. And then she gets out the TV screen and she just transports. Dude, I swear to God, I had to sleep with my comfort movie for fucking like a good year, I would say. Ed Wood was my comfort movie. I just had to have that on in the background because I had nothing. I had to have it sleep with the TV until this day. And I remember going into, and this is crazy, okay, at 6 years old, and I was a confused boy, right? So I completely believed in religion at the time. You bitch, you keep doing that, I'm gonna get you. I woke up one night, I remember the TV was blue and shit. I'm like, oh God, it's gonna get all static and get the snow screens on there. Went into the closet with a cross and a fucking a Bible, just like for like a good 10 minutes. I'm like, Justin, just stop, bitch.
That's how you get yourself into a horror movie situation. You're creating a horror movie scene.
No, usually
you lay in bed and ignore it. You don't get a Bible and a cross and go create a fucking horror movie scene where something's gonna get you. Dumb. Hey, you made it out alive, but that was not smart. I would never do that. I'd stay in bed.
Okay, Ricky's new to movies, so he doesn't understand all
Not
the tropes
new
and
to
stuff.
movies.
Usually, if you have a Bible and a cross, that defeats a lot of the fucking horror movie characters. Defeats Satan and demons and fucking vampires, Ricky. What are you talking about?
Oh, this wasn't real life, what you said? That didn't happen in real life?
Oh, no, I went into a closet with a Bible and cross. I was
real life?
so freaked out, yeah.
That's my point. Number 2, and I do agree with this one. This movie is scary as shit. It's The Exorcism of Emily Rose.
Yes. Oh, God, dude, I get chills up my spine. No, you're fucking up. Stop it. It's more like this. Okay, let me set up the scene for you. It's her boyfriend and Emily Rose, who they don't know at the time if she's got multiple personality disorder or she's possessed by the devil. Now, her boyfriend, they go to bed together, her boyfriend wakes up, and on the fucking ground, he looks over, and she's like this.
Not even close to that.
And just stays there still for like 10 seconds with like her mouth open. It's the most demonic look. And this woman, Jennifer Carpenter, who plays the role, did it all herself. There was no makeup job or anything. She contorted her body the way she did. And it's just one of those scary things. Like, if you're just like alone or something at night or like anywhere, and you like get inside your own head and you think you start hearing shit in your own head and shit, my mind immediately goes to Exorcism of the Rose. I'm like, nope, shut the fuck up. Like, whatever's in my head right there at the moment, Ricky. Whatever's there. And then you get the scene at the barn. And it's loosely based on a true story. Do not look this up. Oh my God. They didn't find demonic possession, even though they still to this day say it was demonic possession. I saw it one time. I cannot get through it. No fucking way. Get out of here. I don't like talking about it. Yeah, I don't like it. Okay. Oh, dude. Okay. See? Yeah, I don't like it. Yeah. You know how you get me? I scare you a lot, right? Dude, if I like wake up one day and like you're just like on my ground just doing that shit, I think I would die of fright. I'm not joking. I don't fuck with that shit. The number 1 scariest movie of all time is, to me, and I know I'm alone, Candyman. Candyman is the scariest movie of all time. I'll tell you what it is. If you notice something on this list, I got a lot of movies on here. Vengeful Spirit. And this takes the creative way with a vengeful spirit. Vengeful? I said it right.
Yeah.
Vengeful Spirit. Tony Todd's performance as Candyman is the scariest performance of all time to me. It's just mirrors. I find mirrors odd and creepy anyways, right? Because you look at a picture of yourself that somebody took of you, you look completely different than what you actually look like to yourself in the mirror, right?
Sure.
I mean, you look completely different. Like, to me, I look like Johnny Depp, you know? In the mirror, I'm looking at the mirror.
That's delusion, though.
Yeah, it's delusion, right? But then I look at another picture, I'm like, oh, he's still a good-looking guy, but no Johnny Depp. I'm 35 years old, so 2 years ago, I tried putting this movie on my TV. I'm like, you know what, Justin? You could do it. You're fucking 33 years old. I'm watching it. I'm on by myself, and this is like noon, daylight, sunny day. And I couldn't get through it. I had to go pee. I was like, okay, I'm not going into the bathroom. There's no fucking way. I try work my way up to it, and then I get to it, I'm like, I just feel his presence. I just feel it. I can't explain it. So I went outside to go pee. I was not fucking around with mirrors for like the next couple days. I had to take a shower from fucking like
Candyman.
Bitch, don't do it right now. Don't do it, Ricky. I had to take a shower from
Candyman.
Bitch, I'm serious.
That's Justin's list for the scariest movies that he probably won't watch again. Definitely not alone. If you enjoyed that video, we have other videos like this. We have a ton of videos on this channel. Just him and myself. Just funny videos like this one. Here's a prime example of another one of those right here. Go and click on it. Why should they click on this video, Justin?
Because it's our favorite horror franchises, Ricky.